I'm going to learn a new skill. But what skill should I learn? Time for a brainstorm. Some skills that I am considering on learning are making pancakes, changing a car tire, barbecuing hamburgers, and making a YouTube channel. But making a YouTube channel is not really a skill, so we're not making a YouTube channel. We don't have any hamburgers at my house, so I can't barbecue hamburgers. Which one is more interesting? Making pancakes or changing a tire? I'm going to learn how to change a tire. Now that I know what I'm going to learn, I can research it.
3 hours later.
Now that I did some research, I am ready to start working on changing a tire for real. To change a tire, you will need the following: a car, tires, a jack, tire stoppers, a torque wrench, a lug wrench, a lock nut socket, and an impact driver drill. Now that I have everything I need, I can change a tire. The first thing you are going to do is put the tire stoppers in front of the tires that you are not changing. The second thing you're going to do is line up the jack to the part of the car that will stabilize it. The third thing you are going to do is tighten the jack to the car. After the jack is tightened to the car, loosen the bolts on the wheel. Once the bolts are loosened, pump the jack until the wheel is off the ground. Now that the wheel is slightly off the ground, use the drill to take out the bolts that are already loosened from the lug wrench. Next, take off the wheel. After you take the old tire off, put the new one on. Once the tire is on the car, use the drill to put the bolts back in. Next, take the torque wrench and set it to 80 pounds. Then, tighten the bolts until you hear a click. Then, lower the jack until the wheel touches the ground. After the wheel touches the ground, use the torque wrench to check that the bolts are all tightened properly. Finally, lower the jack and take it out from underneath the car. That's how you change a car tire. However, it wasn't all that easy. I messed up a few times while I was changing the tires. These are the parts that I messed up on when I was changing the tires. On the first tire, I misaligned the jack, and I had trouble putting on the tire. On the second tire, I loosened the bolts too loose when the tire was not off the ground. On the third tire, I forgot to change the tire stoppers. On the fourth tire, I did everything correct. Now it's time to reflect on learning this new skill. This skill that I learned taught me how to change a car tire. I thought that changing a car tire would be hard, but it was actually pretty easy to do. This skill challenged me to use tools that I haven't used before. An example of a tool that I haven't used before would be a jack. The most difficult part was getting the car tire onto the car. It takes lots of time, patience, and strength. Learning this skill taught me that if I do little things in and around the house, it will save me money in the future. The progress that I made throughout the day was watching videos on how to change a tire. Then I got set up in the garage. I messed up a few times, but then eventually I succeeded on changing a car tire. I appreciate my dad for telling me when I messed up. If he didn't, I would not have changed the tire the right and safe way.